Hello and welcome to Game Soup. It's a game design podcast where we throw ideas in a pot and see what's cooking. I'm Chloe Montgomery, and I'm with my most moved-in friend,
Kayla Dice. Moved in, did you say?
Yes, I mean, you haven't moved in quite a while. You're quite moved in, I think.
Yeah, I'm quite settled, unlike you right now. That sounded more mean than I meant it to come off as.
No, so, yeah, we're finally kind of moved in. We still have to clean the old house, and there's still some old stuff to move over, but like sofas and beds and stuff we've got.
This is your first recording in a new house, isn't it?
Yeah, so it might be a bit more echoey, but give me a break.
She's got a lot on her plate, leave her alone.
Yeah, I don't even have a toaster.
Oh, that's so sad. I had pancakes for breakfast this morning because I said to Poe, you should make me pancakes because I'm launching a Kickstarter. And they agreed. Because they're whipped.
You're so mean to Poe.
I'm not. Well, I'm not.
Yeah.
Poe's meaner to me than I am to Poe, but Poe is whipped.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can take the meanness, but like, it does appear to me that Poe is kind of whipped.
Yeah. And then...
Poe's
Oh,
nice.
I need advice.
Go on then.
So, I launched the Kickstarter today at 4. And to distract myself afterwards,
Yes.
I booked on mentally ill yoga at 6. But ordinarily, I
Okay.
like to, after launching a Kickstarter, celebrate with a cupcake and a White Claw. But I don't know if I should drink a White Claw right before doing yoga. I mean, not right before, like 2 hours before. But what do you think? Do I need to bank the White Claw for after yoga?
Yeah, is White Claw's alcoholic,
yeah.
right? Yeah. I think you can certainly have the cupcake beforehand and then treat yourself afterwards with the White Claw.
Yeah. I'll have to save it.
Or the way around,
Yeah.
whichever.
I in theory might just try and do a lot of stuff this evening once I've done all my posts and stuff just to distract myself, like I might go see a stand-up. But I'm not sure because I'm really tired.
Yeah. Just go to bed early.
Yeah, that's also a good idea. I'll see how things go. I'm gonna lie down after I've eaten lunch, and then see stuff. Oh yeah, I guess this segment is indirectly a plug. But virtually everything out of my mouth at this point is a plug these days.
There's a joke there about putting a plug in your mouth, I think.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
But other than embarrassing Kayla, this is also a
This is
game design podcast.
this-
So
Podcast
You
has
sent
three
me-
things. It's an improv podcast, it's a game design podcast, and it's an exercise in public humiliation.
but that's okay because she consented.
I sent you, I think, 2 ideas across the week.
Oh, two. I only remember one. Go ahead with one of them.
So, this was a thing about what happened to me at Gen Con. Which, so, as you know, there are 2 things that are true about me. I'm dyslexic
Yeah.
and a faggot.
Oh, I was going to say you're also a up-and-coming
Oh, that's
indie
yeah,
game
that's a
designer,
third
but-
true thing about me. But anyway, so at Gen Con there was 2 different stalls for Chessex dice. And every time I saw their sign, immediately read that first as Chemsex dice. And I was telling this story to someone over the weekend, and we were riffing on what would the Chemsex dice be. We at one point discussed a set of dice where it's one dice face is just a variety of chemicals, and then the other dice face is just a variety of sexual acts. And this led me to saying the phrase, which is a great audio pun, but not a brilliant written down pun of 2D sex.
Yeah, I was going to say, is this the dice that you get with that mood game we did last time?
Yeah, maybe.
And you roll a random chemical?
Yeah, make Black Market Feelings even more of a chemsex game. But yeah, what is 2D sex?
Yeah. 2D sex, I think it's a sort of whackety-schmackety game where one of the dice, maybe, that you have is one of those put hand on, boom, like sex dice. And then I think you also have like a number dice, it's like a normal dice.
And then
and you roll them all together to describe the intensity of your actions. It's not a game about having sex, though. It's a game where, like, it's just a normal game. Like, maybe you just use these for your normal, like, Dungeons and Dragons or whatever. And it's like, oh, okay, so I'm going to get up a picture.
You're going to
like,
Google sex dice.
I'm going to Google sex
live
dice.
on air.
Sex dice. Yep. Okay, so 4-play dice from Ann Summers. Here we go. So I've rolled my dice, and I get nipple and leg.
And so you're now saying this determines your attack damage, or the kind of attack you do.
Yeah, the type of stuff that you can do. So, like, I can lick the enemy, and maybe if it's ooze, I get some acid damage. But if it's like a succubus, maybe they like that. Maybe they're on my side now. I think a succubus is like the goblin.
So
of this game.
So this is
always fighting
violent sex magic in a kinky dungeon, I guess. But it's otherwise just a trad OSR dungeon crawler.
Yeah, it's just like Dungeons, and Dragons. Yeah, this could go very Lamentations the Flame Princess very quickly.
I know. Well, random other idea I had is it is less a game and more like a weird zine where you just add sex moves to as many games as you can.
Oh, okay. So it's just like, and here's the paladin sex move, and here's the werewolf from psychodungeon sex move, and here's the two
sex move. I'm
sex move.
So fascinated by that.
Many different systems, like
yeah.
Here's Yezaba's
sex move. And obviously, like, you can do this for loads of like PBTA games, but I also love the idea of doing it for really like tactical, crunchy games as well. Really, yeah. Or even then, like, even looser things.
Yeah, like, here is the White Dwarf sex move.
Yeah.
Here is the Tyranid Prime sex move.
Yeah, it's just like a weird zine of you adding sex moves to as many games as possible. Here's the Hieronymus sex move. Do you want to get down and dirty one of the... What was that?
It's a map crawler, isn't it?
Yeah. That is a hex scroll, but we just add a fucking
moves.
sex move to this hex scroll. You can get down and dirty with one of the Bosch boys. Like, that's how opaque and fucking stupid I think the zine should go.
Yeah, I think this is sort of a spoof gift that you, like, get
but then you're forced to do 2D sex volume 2.
And then the real perverts just get it for themselves.
Oh, yeah, you just increase the dice.
And then you go up to 3D sex.
Okay.
Well, I'd probably write that as a joke. I think you'd get a bunch
this
of
would be like
different
a fun
creators
jam
do
project
sex moves to their
if you
own
wanted
games.
to like do something that wasn't that serious, but also just kind of like it's probably like a fun experiment of like practicing like what are you adapting to a bunch of different systems. I feel like I'd be loosely interested in reading this, and I feel like if I devoted time to doing it, I'd be like, I don't know if it would be like capital like inverted commas good, but like I feel I'd probably become a more like I think it would be useful writing practice as well. Yeah, totally. So that's 2D6.
Yeah, it would be a good design exercise. So, and I will be asking every designer I meet at UKGE if they want to be on this project.
Maybe.
Probably not really, but also maybe.
Do you have any ideas? I think the other one I said is I said you should ask me about like the weird
said you had another idea
I had when I was in sixth form. So it was like a sort of like me just being very sort of into Scott Pilgrim because I just read that at that age, and I'm trying to. I think the other thing about it is it had such an obvious self-insert, but I at age 17 was like, I gotta make the self-insert different than me somehow. What if it was a girl? Because that's not me, obviously, so...
Definitely not, no. Nobody will ever see through this cunning ruse.
And I don't remember what the plots were much, but I remember the last one. A lot of it was like a weird sort of like... stuff looking just different in, I think, a sort of like... imaginative fantasy thing. It was also probably a little I Kill Giants. But I remember, like, the third plot involved, like, a weird time travel thing. Because I think it was about to be, like, finishing sixth form and going to uni. So she was seeing, like, a future version of her who was, like, a sort of, like, cyborg villain, which I think was just a lot of fears of losing creativity. And then was also trying to, like, help out some, like, younger kid who was then in the time travel version, like, a younger version of herself.
And the younger version's a boy! Whoa!
I don't think I did that. But, yeah. I felt like something interesting in this, like, yeah, being the midpoint of a time travel story.
I can see this as, like...
Is there anything to that?
One of the playbooks for Shadow, Other Side of the Coin, or Nemesis Revealed, where, like, the Nemesis is the future version, or the past version, or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. That could be fun. I don't even know if you do it necessarily as a playbook or just, like, an advice for, like, you could always be the evil future version of any character, obviously. Yeah, where am I at with Nemesis Revealed? I'm basically, like, I'm not, like, done with Nemesis Revealed. I need to write more, like, I need to finish off one of the playsets and, like, write more of the book with, like, examples and stuff. But I definitely would be at a point where I could easily do, like... We could easily do, like, a playtest kitchen of Nemesis Revealed.
Oh, you used the prototype name for Game Soup.
I feel that's what it would make sense for us to call any of the actual plays we do. Because we have plans to do some actual plays of Psychodungeon and No Picnics in the Dungeon.
Yeah, oh, those arrived today.
I feel that makes sense to be the prototype. Oh!
Yes, I'm going to be selling...
What a noise I just
UKGE.
made. Yeah, send me a pic after we get off this recording.
After we get off.
After we get off, wow.
I know.
But yeah, I reckon we should call the actual place we do the Playtest Kitchen. Because I said the reason we couldn't call it Playtest, or we shouldn't call it Playtest Kitchen was I was like, that implies harder ideas than we're going to get.
It suggests us actually playtesting.
Like, we have not... Yeah, this suggests, like,
efforts,
mechanics and writings, and not just, like, two bitches
throwing
in a room,
ideas
like,
at a
tossing
wall.
Ideas at a sketchboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some of them have, to be fair. Do you have any ideas for this week?
I'm just tired, dude.
Been moving a lot.
Yeah.
How, you should, when you are properly moved in and settled, you should map out your new place to Mousequest.
Yes, oh, Alyssa saw some mice in the back garden, and I was thinking, oh, this would be a really cool Mousequest scenario, where, like, oh, the old inhabitants have moved out of the house, and new people are coming in, so there's all sorts of new loot, but, like, all of our old hiding spots have gone.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be a fun little, like, starter adventure.
Yeah, so the thing with Mousequest is it's set in the player's house. So it's like you can't do like, oh, and in this room there's this, because I don't know what's in your house.
Yeah.
So I guess for like a starter adventure I would have like a pre-made map, but it's like then you're losing part of the fun of Mousequest.
Yeah. I guess you could do something with like I guess almost like what you would not have as an adventure, but almost like a little, like, you could probably do a little, like, journaling game for turning your house into a dungeon for someone playing a game of Mousequest. It's also the weird thing, because, like, the premise of new people moving in, the best way to be doing that would be if you, like, passed on your characters to another group.
Yeah.
Oh, there's probably a lot of, like, fun, weird, like, world blending or like pass and play. Or is this what West Marches is for Mousequest? I'm trying to think of a West Marches Mousequest pun.
It's just like set in an airport or a train station or something.
Yeah, or an Airbnb.
Different mice families come together and to find loot or whatever in this big space.
Mousequest Airbnb is, I feel, actually a really interesting concept.
Yeah.
Because items
Like,
change
you
a
have to-
lot, people and the different attitudes and threats they have change a lot, but also, like, whoever the owner is probably, like, super motivated to get rid of you, so, like, detection matters way more.
Yeah. I like that. I
Yeah.
don't know how you would write that into the text other than just a paragraph, but...
Yeah. I guess that could be a version if you're doing your house, but, like, imagining a different human set of humans.
Oh, that's cute, yeah.
Lairbnb.
Lairbnb. I kind of like that. That's cute.
Yeah, yeah.
You should use that for psychodungeon.
Oh, so my girlfriend Mags sent me a meme, like just a weird meme recently, and said this has such psychodungeon vibes. And now this has got me fascinated by the concept of in-universe memes. I don't know if I want to try and figure out a way to just, like, do some shitty ideas for it like that and put it into layout, or maybe I'll just, like, post marketing. I just love the idea of, like, or even just, like, in-universe social media posts, like, someone, like, with, like, a Reddit thread, like, my brackets, like, blah, 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 brackets, not gay. I keep having a psychodungeon show up in my closet. Like, it only ever shows up in the closet. Once again, not gay. Don't understand why this is happening. Some of my friends show up in, like, sewers or their bedrooms or bathrooms. Mine's only ever the closet. Why is this happening to me? Brackets, not gay.
All the comments are, you are gay.
You're gay. Oh.
Thank you for listening to Game Soup.
To Game Soup.